Okay. So we are going to do three bronze level problems. I'm not going to see what this will test us and until we get to the problem, get to the solution. The first one is one of the easiest one, in these three, it's one of the easiest. So yeah, it's in the call order. Let's just take a look at this problem and see how can we do that. Take like a 5 minutes, read the problem, and then let's think about what are the solutions. So you finish reading, right? So you should have an idea that how this problem can be solved. Do you have a do you have an approach for that?
Maybe like use like a dictionary
Dictionary?
and then like you can have the values like set to zero or something first.
So what's the dictionary will be like so what is the key, what is the value?
The key like the names of cats and values like their position like the index.
Okay, the position. It could have multiple positions. So then how should you handle that? A car could be in a different position.
After you check that like the conditions are met, then you check if like you can move them around based on like the alphabet maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So when you do this, so what will be the complexity? Think about that. How many loops, nested loops, or how many loops do you have?
Like maybe
Three nested loops.
um yeah.
So how will you nest it? Okay. This, this problem, actually, I will say, all the problems we will discuss today will be like in a graph. So this is a linear graph. So that's why you see there's a chain there. So if two cars stays together, right, next to each other, let's say that's a chain. So you have to chain with you, or you have to chain with me, right? So it really doesn't matter the order of it, right? It really doesn't matter the order. As long as they stay together, they're chained. That's good. And you see a car can only be chained to two other cars, right? Cannot be three because it's a linear. So that's why you see this problem actually can be resolved using a complexity of ON. That means it's only has a relationship with the N. So if it's just like a one loop, put it that way. If N increases, it's the only increase, it's a linear way to do that. And how do we do that? You see, this constraint there. The constraint is that obviously there will be a lot of possibilities there, but if each one is a possibility, then you need to print out the alphabetically, right? The lowest one, the lowest one. So what we needed to do actually is that if you look at these names, what we needed to do actually, we needed to just get those. First, we sorted it. We sorted. And once we sorted it, we sorted from low to high. So that will guarantee what I get is based on the alphabetical linear order, right? So that's what we need to do. So we sorted this one first. And then we came with these conditions. We came up with these conditions. You should have the battery. Until Sunday. I found one for you guys, so you can go just ask her to get it. But first do what you need to do, okay? Yeah. So you order this first. It's already ordered, right? Okay. So then you come back to check these conditions when you read them in, right? You read them in, you check the condition first. Okay. You see Bella and the Buttercup. If you see something like that, you just move the one that is less, that is larger than it. Which one is large? And you just move that position. Let's say this Buttercup, right? This Bella. Now I just assume, okay, this is already ordered. Now, then I need to just put this one after it. Put it after it. The reason is that if you put it after it, you will keep the order. You will keep the order. So I just need to come in here to loop those and come here to check the conditions there. And once I finish that, check every conditions, I should be able to get the result. And there is a possibility, let's say a Bella, right? I change it to 2, right? So then you need to say check a blue and but. So which one should I go first? Which one should I go, right? So you just need to compare blue and the Buttercup, okay? If blue is smaller than the Buttercup, then I will change this to blue Bella Buttercup, right? Change it that way. So that way for you to just move the position. So does that make sense?
At the end, do you have to?
No, you don't need it because you already ordered this. You already ordered this, of course. Then okay, you're good on that question. Okay, let's just look at this screen. Let's just assume this is the smallest, the lowest. But this change to Su, right? And the Su, of course, is come after Besa. Okay. But you know, if it comes another one, okay, let's say Buttercup. Then the chain will be Buttercup, Besa, and Su, right? Then we may not allow Buttercup goes first. The reason that maybe you know um, Bella here should go first. The reason that Bella is lower than Buttercup, right? Right. So then you know we needed to check that. So let me just draw this. So let's see. Not I cannot say get everything here. I would just say put some names here. Okay, if this is chained, this is chained, let's just do more, okay? I will just make up some names. Okay. So if those are chained, this will be free. Whatever order should be okay. It really doesn't matter. So it's the problem is this chained stuff they have to go in the way. But it could be like okay, this is chained like that, and this is chained, and they do not chain with anything else. Right? So then you just compare the first one, the third one. You're right on that. So then I will say, okay, I would need to order the first item, the first the lowest one of this chain. Just treat them as one. And this you will chain this way. So of course this will go first, and it goes through. Then buttercup. So this you need to chain this way. So that's the first one. Then you need to compare this to which one put it in the front, right? So you need to do that. Yes, I think I need to correct that. If that happens, if you see the first one already been changed and the position changed, then you need to look at the order. If the first one is not, keep those orders. But still, you know, if you know you get the order messed up, then you need to take the first one off of that chain and then order them again. All right. So this makes sense, right? All right. So then we have a solution for that. Sure, we should have a solution for that. Okay, so then let's do the second one. This one will be hard. Okay, let me see. Okay, you can get that file. Yeah. So you finish reading this one, right? Do you understand the problem, or you have question of for the problem itself?
I kind of can't really like imagine the past. It's like
Okay. Good. This problem actually is just in a step further of the problem we just solved. The previous problem you see is chain two together, right? And one call can only chain to two other calls, the maximum. That's what it can chain. And how about this one? If you think, okay, if you look at this, okay, is this also like a chain? Four can chain to one, four can chain to two, four can chain to three, right? So it's like a graph. So it's you can chain together, but one one pasture can chain to two two more, okay, like two others or three. It can be actually three because it can only be three. It cannot be more than three. The reason is that it cannot satisfy more than three calls. Cannot be more than three calls. So at the most, three calls will eat grass there. So just think about that. It's like you can chain to three things. So when you read this out, okay, and the result is that you want to output the numbers the lowest or the smallest for these 5 digits because you have 5 pastures. So always the first one you want to use the lowest number. And then the second one you also want to use the lowest number. Try one. I will not care whatever the first number I will use for the first position will be one because that will keep it the smaller, right? Unless that cannot be a solution. But this really does not limit grass. So I don't think it will be a problem. So I will just say, okay, I will use one here, seed one, because every cow can eat seed one. It does not say cow one cannot eat seed one or cow two cannot eat seed one. So you always put a one there. And then you also try to put the second position, also put a one there. But then you will have a problem here. Look at this. That will limit you, right? Why? Why this will give you a problem? I will always try to put the smallest number there. But it will give me a problem because this cow will only eat grass on pasture one and pasture two. And you want to keep it healthy, so it needs to eat two different grass. So that's why if you plant seed one in pasture one, then you cannot plant seed one in pasture two. So then you go to another number. So what is that? That would be two, right? You cannot apply planted one there. Then okay, for the third number here, again, you wanted to put the lowest number there, see if it works. So right now with this condition, you just need to check if there's any cow that will eat grass pasture one and pasture three. And we don't have it, anything like that. So that's why you can put a one here. You can put one here. And then, okay, goes to the fourth position. You also wanted to put one there. Then now you need to check, okay. Number 3, number 4, if there's any instinct there, or number 1, number 4. Number 1, number 4, we already have it there. So that means I cannot plant seed 1 there anymore on the fourth position. Cannot plant 2 there here. Okay. 2, the limitation will come from the position 2. So I need to see if this is 2 and 4 position there. If they are there, okay, you cannot plant 2 anymore. So that's why you have to go to 3. Right? You have to go to 3. The reason is that this already planted 2, and you cannot plant 2 here. You cannot plant 1 there. Right? So that's the logic for you to run it. You always come with the smallest number there and see if you can do it or not. And if you can do it or not, all depends on this pair there. This pair. So what does it mean is that if you do in if you put in a call, let's just say call, I will do like a 2-dimensional thing, and then call 1, 2. Okay. And like it's grass 1, like a grass 2. And I will need to make sure call 1, and then I call 2 here. They will not equal to the same thing. They cannot. If they equal to the same thing, that means they're not healthy, because they will only eat the pastures from this tree, right? Then, so you need to choose. So what kind of pasture I can put it there? So you just look through the different seeds and put in the number there. Put the seed number there. The lowest, you just go from there. You will check every count, okay? This combination, and then see what kind of seed will fit in for that pasture. Okay, so you can have M cost, right? Have M cost, and the pastures is N. A seed it's only have 4. So you will just really look like that. So get those positions, and each one, I think they are in that room. So if you do that, you should be able to get what seed need to be put into that pasture, that position, to the loop. But do you have any question on this? Does it make sense or not?
So like 1 cow can only go to like 2 fields.
Yeah. So let's say this is 1 cow. It will only eat grass on pasture 4 and pasture 1. And this cow will only eat grass on pasture 4 and pasture 2. So that means whatever pasture 4 and pasture 1 cannot have the same kind of grass. And pasture 4 and pasture 2 cannot have the same kind of grass. So what you do is that you will say how many pastures you have. You started from the very lowest value for this one, and then just try to say what can you put it in that pasture. You try the lowest value for each every one, and it promises you that there will be a solution there. Promise you there will be a solution there. So that's why you go from here. All right. So if you start to here and then you keep going and then you find out it cannot work out, then what can we do? You need to come back and change this value to 3. And then go down, redo that. Right now you see to put it here, it works, right? But it does not satisfy all the need. Then I need to come back to check this value. Change that. See if I put 3 there, and then will that solve the problem? And keep doing that way.
Like, how would you do like the guess and check?
What check? Okay. If you keep going, right? First one, second one, third one, and the fourth one. So far, everything works very good, right? And then when I get to the fifth one, I cannot put any grass, cannot put any kind of grass anymore. That means this doesn't work out. Usually what you do is that, okay, I will change this number, I will increase this number by 1, see if it works. I will increase that by 1. And then try all the numbers here, see which one works. Because that's always give you the smallest number.
I just like the
So this is a pair, right? So pair, you see, you always pick the lowest number. Here you see pasture 1 and pasture 4, right? You always wanted to put the smallest number for pasture 1. The reason is that you wanted to output the smallest number for all the pastures. So that means position 1 is the smallest, the number will be smaller, right? Will be the smallest. And what I'm seeing is that, okay, you just loop through these 5 positions. Actually, it will be M or N. N is the pasture, okay? You just loop through N. So I will always put the first number, the smallest. And then I will go for the smallest number for the second position. And I will check if it will against this combination. If I do have a 1-2 pair, then I cannot put a 1 here anymore. I cannot put a 1 here anymore. Because you see, I do have a pair like that. A cow needs to eat different grasses. So that's why I want to change this number. Okay. So if you put a 2 here, you're good. And you move to the third position, you wanted to put a 1 here. You always start with the lowest number to see now you check through, see if that against any of the rules. the pairs there. That means the pairs will be 1, 3, 2, 3. If there is such a pair in it. If there is a 1, 3, then you cannot put a 1 here anymore. Right? If there is a pair called 1, 3 there. Now, pair is what you need to use to check if the graphs on those two positions are the same or not. If they're the same, that means you are doing it wrong. That's not a valid arrangement. That's not a valid arrangement. Okay, so you do it based on that. You're looping through this complexity is n times m and times seats. Here we have 4 different seats. So does this work? You pretty much get it, or okay. All right, so then let's do another problem. This problem is the hardest in those 3. Let me see.
Then you have to reach out to
So spend like 5 minutes with this. This is the hardest of these 3. This one. You finish reading? Do you have an idea how should we solve this problem?
then they sure just
Mhm. It's very good. You think like coordinates. So this is also a graph. Let me draw it. Let me draw it on the board. Oh, let's see. All this, just use this as a graph, right? One or a gate. That's the what they call position. So every hour, let's just use that. Okay. Every hour in the past for the eastern moving column, x value just added by one. For the north green value, y value divided by one. Right? So that's what we indicated. I would just so what I have about at this moment, I will add this cell. What this coordinates, this cell, this cell is let's use this is 0, 0. Then okay, this will be 0. It's like part of 0 goes 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this will be 3, 0. So this I will add it to a list. And this I will add to a list. And this I will add to the list. Then after in our, I will just get the new tables and add it to the list. I just need to check it. If I run into this position, if this cell is in that list or not. If it's in that list, I cannot eat grass anymore. Then you have the count for that cow, right? How many hours have been run, or how many days has been run? You add it to one field that. Okay. If this no, I can keep looping that until okay. I still not see okay. I will take that value. If I'm equal loss, I will check all the costs. This have one value, not the value. That means I would this is the cause, the noise, most noise in one, right? So I will pass it, and that will be infinite. So if you do that, you can in those cells that list, then you just compare, and say I can still go, still go. This I already passed that one. I'm saying if you pass this, then check it anymore. It's infinite. Just do it that way. It's easy, right? It will be very easy. So every time you just So those things you just those cells just add in Y to it because it goes to north. For those things you just add X to it, it goes east, then the cell to check it if it's in the cell or not. If it's already in the cell, you stop. That will not be. You're not going anywhere. Right? So it makes sense, right? No. But if you do not think it this way, it's very hard to solve the problem. It's really very hard, right? If you treat it, if you go from the point of cause, then it's really hard to do it. So how can I know the cause and how can I know if it will cross the other one or not? If you consider them individually, you do not consider them individually. You just consider the cells. So that will be make the problem much easier. I will say, okay, that's my class. How many cells I have? So how many calls in the very beginning? How many cells I got? Because that's cell of each every call. I added that to the list. The grass has been eaten. Then every time I do a loop, I want to it. I need to check if not the cell is already there or not in the list or not. If it's already in the list, I will stop that call. I will take that off. I'm not going to increase that anymore, right? Okay. So that's the three bronze problem. I hope you will see these three problems are already related to graph. If you with the graph, what you needed to do is that a linear graph, you will just use like in the list, 1, 2, 3. If like in the two-way, like this one's like you need to use coordinate. So it's x, y value. So you use that, it will help you solve the problem more. Okay, the second problem is still a linear one. It's still a linear one. But it can change to different things, to more than two. So make it a little bit hard, but you need to use a pair to eliminate those. That does not satisfy the condition. So you always plant the grass, the seed with the smallest number, see if it satisfies or not. That's not satisfied, go by the next one. That still does not satisfy, go by the next one. That's how you do that. Okay, so sorry about that. I'm late today, but hopefully this three problem can help you understand some of the graph problem. Okay, any question?
Oh, just like